Hi guys, you're welcome back to this channel. Today we'll be talking about one of the most prevalent non-communicable diseases across the whole world, especially in low and middle income countries. We'll be talking about hypertension or high blood pressure. What is hypertension or high blood pressure? It is a condition or a situation whereby the pressure, the force that the blood in your body is exerting on the blood vessels in your body is too high. You have blood vessels in your body, you have your veins, you have your arteries. When the blood in your body exerts so much pressure on those vessels, it is called high blood pressure or hypertension. And it usually gives an elevated value of 140 over 90, or in a severe cases, you can have above 180 to over 120. So, what are the signs and symptoms of this hypertension? What will you see or feel to know that you have hypertension or you may likely have hypertension? Many of the cases, or most of the time, people who are suffering from hypertension do not feel any signs. They do not feel anything. That is why it is called a silent killer. But majority of the cases, especially in severe hypertension, you may feel severe headache, migraines. You may feel difficulty in breathing. You may have blurred vision and other visions problems or changes. You may have anxiety, confusion. You may feel buzzing in the ear. You may have nosebleeds. You may have difficulty in breathing and shortness of breath. So these are the signs that when you feel, you may likely have hypertension, or you may say that these are the signs of hypertension. And who are those at risk of having this hypertension? We have risk factors for hypertension. What do I mean by risk factors? It means those who are likely to have this hypertension. We have modifiable and non-modifiable risk factors. Modifiable risk factors are those ones which are likely to or subject to changes. Risk factors, modifiable risk factors like unhealthy lifestyle. If you're living an unhealthy lifestyle, such as excessive salt consumption, if you're the type that takes too much salt, you don't eat anything without it being so salty. Like if there is not enough salt in your food, you don't see that that food is tasty until you add extra salt to whatever you have cooked before you consume it. It is an unhealthy lifestyle. Excessive salt intake, low fruits and vegetable intake. You're the type that don't take fruits and vegetables. Low or none at all. If you don't take fruits and vegetables, you may have you are living on a healthy lifestyle that might predispose you to having hypertension. If you're eating a diet high in saturated fats or trans fats, it is an unhealthy lifestyle. Smoking, tobacco intake, alcohol intake, these are unhealthy lifestyles that can predispose one to hypertension because it will lead to kidney damage or kidney diseases that can lead to kidney failure in future. Also, if you're not physically active, you come to your office, even if you go to work, you sit at your office chair from beginning of your resumption time to your closing time. You don't get up, you don't move about, you sit down, you are not physically active. You are at home, you don't even move about, you don't exercise, you don't dance, you don't walk around, you're just lying down or just, there's passive and active exercise. When you're not active, that means you're not active. So if you're physically inactive, it is an unhealthy lifestyle that can predispose one to hypertension. If you're overweight or obese, these are the modifiable um, risk of hypertension, but also have the non-modifiable risk factors. These are things or the ones that you can change. Yeah, nature takes its course, and these are age. If you're growing or getting older, age 65 and above, you might be predisposed or at risk, being at risk of hypertension. If you have a family history of hypertension, genetics, hereditary, any your mom, your dad, any member of your family suffered from hypertension or is suffering from hypertension, you are at risk of hypertension. Yeah, you are at risk of hypertension, or you have a coexisting diseases like kidney disease, diabetes, you are at risk of hypertension. Diagnosis of hypertension. How can you diagnose hypertension? How can you know that you have hypertension? It is the doctor, your health personnel, who does that for you. Though you can check your blood pressure yourself, you can have the automated machine at home to be checking to know whenever your blood pressure is elevated. So you go to the hospital whenever you see an abnormal reading, a reading equal to or above 140/90. So you go to the hospital. So they will check you and evaluate you, because first reading alone does not determine you have hypertension. So the doctors will check you, they will place you on another appointment whereby you come and they check again and they check again at days intervals. Okay, so when the value consistently remains high, so you can be diagnosed as having hypertension. So it is done by a professional, a medical personnel, a doctor. Okay, so you don't do that at home. In as much as you can check your blood pressure yourself, but you can't diagnose yourself. All right. So that is how you diagnose for, um, or you are being that is how you know, or you can be diagnosed of having hypertension. So today I'm going to be showing you an automated blood pressure machine, and I'm going to be checking mine here for you to know what I'm talking about for better understanding. Okay, so here is an automated blood pressure machine. This is what it looks like. We have manual blood pressure machines, but this is an automated one. Home run, that is the product of this one. We have other products, but this one is one of the best products of automated um blood pressure machine. So I'm going to be checking mine now. So you see how the value appears. So you check your own while sitting. You can also check while standing, but it's best checked while sitting down. So you tie this cuff at the upper part of your arm. You can see where mine is here. And make sure that the tubing is going down your hand. Is not turned upside down. This tubing should be down and not up here. So you let this, you put this through, you pass it, it's out. It is out like this. This is how it is. So you just connect it. According to the size of your arms, we have bigger cuffs, we have smaller cuffs. So see what I'm talking about. This tubing must not be this on this part. It must be down this part. It must be down. Okay, so you secure it at the upper part of your arm. Make sure that you are exposing this junction. This is where the brachial artery is. This is where you'll be checking it. Okay, secure it. Make sure it's fitted on your arms, and make sure this tubing, like I said, is down, is facing downwards, and is at this middle part. Okay, so when you have secured it, next thing you will do is to turn on your machine. Here in this place, we have the start and the stop button. So when you press on it, it will show, it will start reading. And make sure that This thing is placed at the level of your heart, and it is best to use your left arm to check your blood pressure. Stay still, do not talk. So if you check, this is what my own is showing. 132. Sorry, I don't know how to show it to you. 132 over 94. 132 over 94, and the pulse is the down. There's three values here. This is the systolic 132, and diastolic 94, and this 94, which is the pulse. But that is because I am standing up. Okay, I am standing up and I've been talking. So stress can also increase your blood pressure. So that is why it's advisable that whenever you want to check your blood pressure, you make sure you are in a resting position. You sit down and get relaxed. Don't come back from exercise or being physically active and just carry blood pressure machine and you want to check your blood pressure. So we are going to check this again after a while when I must have sat down and it's relaxed. Okay, because I know my blood pressure, I check on a regular. This is not what it usually is. Usually it's less than 120, okay, over 90. So this can give you wrong reading if you check it wrongly. We'll go ahead and we'll come back to this. So, like I was saying, prevention. So this is how you diagnose hypertension. But you don't check once. Mind you, you don't check your blood pressure once and you have elevated reading and you say you have hypertension. No. Hypertension is diagnosed, or one can be said to have hypertension when you have checked your blood pressure and it is consistently above 140 over 90. Consistently above 140 over 90 for consecutive 2 days. You checked it today on a resting phase when you must have observed all the criteria for checking your blood pressure and it is above 140 over 90. Today, the first day, you can be diagnosed for hypertension. You will be given another appointment by your doctor, by your health personnel to come back to check again. When you check again and it's still above 140 over 90, you check again, even the third day, it's still above 140 over 90. That is where hypertension can be diagnosed with other tests, inclusive, with other signs, that you might be having. But if you check only once, you can't say you have hypertension because a lot of things can be a result why your blood pressure was elevated. Like you saw mine, even though it's not still 140 over, even though it's not above or up to 140, but for me, that is why it's good for you to know what your blood pressure usually is or looks like. I know what my blood pressure usually is. That's why I say, for me, I feel this one is an abnormal pressure for me. Okay, so what is the treatment or prevention of high blood pressure? If you're already having hypertension, you can treat hypertension by having your lifestyle being modified. It is very, very key, very, very important. You live a modified lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle. Those things we talked about, not taking alcohol, tobacco, smoking, you have to stop if you're taking them. Quit taking smokes, tobacco, cigarettes. Quit drinking alcohol in excess. If you must do, if you must even drink at least, but me, I will not advise for you to drink, but if you must drink at least once in a while and not a regular habit, because those things damages your kidney. You must reduce your salt intake. You must lose weight if you're obese, if you're overweight. You must lose weight. You must be physically active. You must. So these are the lifestyle changes or modifications you will do if you're already having hypertension. Your diet, you must reduce diets high in fats, saturated fats. Okay? You must sit less and walk. Or, like I said, be physically active, do more activities. And also, we have, of course, the medication aspect. Yes, but I'm not going to go into the medication aspect because hypertension is not you don't get the medications yourself. What will I mean? It's not over. Yes, it's an over the counter drugs, but it must have a prescription from your doctor. Okay, especially getting to know that you have hypertension for the first time, except you're already on medications, you already get, as in, you're into it already for years, and this is the drugs that worked for you. So you can just do refill, go to pharmacy, refill that same drugs. But if there's any changes in the drug or the medications you're taking for your hypertension, it must come from the doctor. They must evaluate and check you. And it's okay, this drug is working or it's not working, we have to change it. Okay, you don't do that yourself. So that is why I'm not going to go into the medication aspect because it's not you don't need it. You don't need it, okay? I'm teaching you the things, the basic things you need, which are lifestyle modifications if you're at risk, and even if you're not at risk, prevention is better than cure, like they say. You prevent it so that you won't have it. You regularly check your blood pressure. It is very important. This is not a matter of, God forbid, this is not a matter of, I can't have it. This is not a matter of, God will not allow me to have it. Yes, my people perish for lack of knowledge. That is why I personally opened this channel to be able to pass key informations, health topics, and health informations that is going to help individuals. Okay, so this is one of the most prevalent diseases, uncommunicable diseases across the whole world. Over 1.53 billions of people are having it, and many of them are under control. Why many? They don't even know they have it, and that is why they will come down with emergency cases when the thing must have brought them down with serious cases. So, what are the complications of uncontrolled hypertension? If you're having hypertension and it's not being controlled, it can lead to hardening of your blood vessels because there's a continuous pressure on those vessels. We harden them, and if it hardens them, to reduce the blood flow to your body. You see, it's reducing blood flow to your arteries that take blood to your heart, causing pains, chest pain. That is what we call angina. It will cause chest pain. It can cause heart attack when the blood being supplied to your heart is not inadequate. It can cause heart attack, even leading to heart failure itself when your heart cannot be able to do its duty anymore, which is pumping out of blood that will be supplied to other parts of your body with oxygen. So if the heart is failing, it won't be able to pump out those blood, and you know what that means. So it's very important you detect early detection, treatment of hypertension, or prevention by regularly checking your blood pressure. It can also lead to kidney disease, leading to kidney failure, and the worst of it all, it leads to sudden death. I have many cases, or I've seen many cases of people who all of a sudden they just collapsed, they just slumped and died. Yes, these are cases of hypertensive crisis. They won't know, or probably they've been feeling one or two signs and they didn't do anything about it. Maybe they keep rejecting it, God forbid, or something or something. It can lead to stroke. You know what it is? When the blood supply to the brain is not adequate or is blocked, it can burst the brain vessels. It can lead to blockade of blood supply and oxygen to the brain, leading to stroke. So everyone, it is very, very, very important we regularly check our blood pressure. You should have this machine at your home, everyone, especially those at risk. Especially those at risk, those ones who have family histories of hypertension. Their mom is on their dad, their sister or brother, anyone, member of their family is having it. They are also at risk. Or those smoking, drinking alcohol, you are at risk. Taking high fats, diet in high fat, salt, excessive salt, if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, not being physically active, these are things that can predispose you to having hypertension. So you should have this machine at home. You can see it in the um, medical stores. Yes, you can get it in the market, pharmacies, medical stores where they sell medical equipment. You get it there to be checking this yourself. So whenever you have an elevated value of 140/90, go to the hospital. Go to the hospital immediately. So they will monitor you, they will check you and be able to say, no, it is as a result of stress, it's as a result of this, or it is actually hypertension. Stay blessed. I'll come across your way uh, in our next video. So you give this video a thumbs up and share this video. Share this video so that it can get to as many out there. Share it to your loved ones, your family members, your friends. They can get or learn one or two things from this video. Okay? And you can also leave your comment down the comment section. If there's anything, any question, anything you don't understand, if there's any question, anything that you want me to explain, leave it down the comment section and I will explain that. Okay, so we are going to check back my blood pressure again. Okay, then I'll be sitting. Okay, let's do that. So this is our machine now. I'm relaxed. As you can see, I'm sitting now. Okay, and I've rested for just a few seconds or minutes. Okay, so we are going to check back now to see what we got. So you know all the things I told you about fixing this. So, we'll turn our machine on now. Ensure that this is at the same level with your hand or at the level of the heart. So we go. See what we got here. Can you see that? 113/79. And the pulse is 86, which is the third value here. So this comes with, when you check it, you will see three values. The first one is the systolic blood pressure. That is the of the numerator. That is the upper value. They call it systolic blood pressure. It is the blood pressure you get when the heart is contracting or the heart is beating. And the down one is called diastolic blood pressure. It is the value you get when the heart is at its resting phase after contracting, because the heart doesn't contract or beat continuously, it contracts and rests. So these two values are very important. These are the values we would determine if you have blood pressure or not. So if the up value is above 140 and the down one is above 90 consistently, is regarded as high blood pressure or hypertension. So as you can see, my own is 113/79, which is very, very okay. And the last digit number there is called the pulse, and mine is 86. Told you I know my blood pressure. And if you don't know your blood pressure, that is how you take, maybe when you're stressed and check, you will take that as, my blood pressure is high, and you put more anxiety on yourself. So that is why it's very important to regularly check. Okay, regularly check your blood pressure so that you can be able to detect when it's abnormal. See you. Bye.